And the kid's back.
Kids back, folks. I'd like to welcome all you to Greek Bull Sitting in a China Shop. We have another great episode lined up for you guys today, folks. The rumor has been out for the last week that the kid ended up getting another one-of-a-kind prototype, folks. So we have a jam-packed house for you today, folks. And I'd like to welcome all my collector friends. And I'm going to introduce them one by one, folks. Okay? First and foremost, the front row, we have the Pottery Pirate. Made the time, came back early from Ireland to join us in the crowd today, folks. All the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, we have the Pottery Pirate, okay, folks? Secondly, we have the lovely lady from Oklahoma Thunder season ticket holder. Thank you for joining us, Barb Cruz. The kid's not going to disappoint today, okay, folks? And next up on the line, we have the boy from Texas, folks, Chris Harrington. Thank you for joining us, Chris. Much appreciated. And we obviously can't forget, folks, the queen of McCoy Pottery, folks, the lady from Lemoore, North Carolina. And today, folks, because she was really intrigued on what the kid was going to unveil, she actually brought her cat along, Billy, who she named after Billy McCoy, okay, folks? And we obviously cannot also forget, folks, the boy from Zanesville, Greg Mallory. Okay, Greg, thank you for joining us, folks. Greg, please, we're going to do the show. Put down your Marlboro cigarettes and put down your Bacardi. There's always time for that after the show, okay, folks? And last but not least, folks, I'd like to welcome the big boy from Georgia, folks. Yes, the big boy from Georgia, David McCoy. Thanks for joining us, boy. And that's about it, folks. So we're going to get the show on the road, folks. Hold on a sec. Look who it is. Oh my God, Gloria.
What?
It's the baby fawns that live in the back of David McCoy's house.
Oh.
Look. Oh, I got some almonds here. I got some almonds. Here, Fawny Fawn. Here, little babies. Here, Fawn. Look, it's Bucky too. Here, Bucky. Here, boy. Here, Bucky. Look at Bucky's horns. Wow, he's getting big. Oh my God. Oh, there's Mama stomping. I better not get close to her.
Yeah, be careful, Theo. You don't want to scare away the little baby.
Yeah, don't worry, Mama. We won't hurt your babies. Don't worry.
Nice.
Okay, folks. Getting back to the show. Folks, when we collect, like I've always said, we collect starting out, we chase prototypes, folks. Prototypes are jars. One or two were made and shown to see if it was going to go into production based on desirability and based on if it was functional in order to make these jars easy, okay, folks? So number one on the list that we chase, prototypes. They're the one of a kind. Secondly, folks, we chase non-production jars. And third, we chase lunch pieces followed by low production jars, okay, folks? So, folks, once in a lifetime, I would say, once every 20 years, 30 years, you get a prototype that'll show up, folks, 20 to 30 years for sure, folks. They never show up, folks, because obviously the world's so big, and where are you actually going to find a prototype, folks? Okay, so the kid was snooping around, and lo and behold, Lady Luck smiled on him. Oh, folks, before there, we have a late entry into the building, folks. This gentleman, folks, actually has one of the largest cookie jar collections across the board, folks. He's my good friend, Edward, out of Illinois, okay, folks? So I'd like to welcome Edward. Edward, take the seat over there in the third row. Thank you for joining us. See, folks, when the kid puts the APB out, that something big is going to go down, everybody shows up, folks. Even Edward from Chicago, Illinois. Okay, folks? So we mean business here, folks. So stay tuned for what's about to unveil. This is the show of shows. Okay, folks? So getting back to the collectible, folks, I ended up actually stumbling upon this piece on the internet. And one of my good friends who just entered the building, Edward, actually gave me a heads up, and he actually asked me, Theo, is this what I actually think it is? And I actually said to him, yes, it is. So a lot of people, there was a lot of debate because people didn't know if what they were seeing was actually what they were seeing, folks. So there was a lot of confusion in the collectible world because obviously the last thing somebody wants to do is pay pie in the sky money for a reproduction, folks. Okay? So a lot of bidders were shaky on actually bidding aggressively. They were on the fence because they didn't know what it was, folks. But when I saw it, I looked at it closely. I took my time, and I came to the conclusion that, lo and behold, as hard it was to believe, it actually was what I thought it was. Okay, folks? So I actually spoke to the gentleman that owned this piece. I actually asked him if he would actually ship to Canada, folks. And he said he wouldn't ship to Canada. And that's where my good friend from Indianola, Iowa, came into the picture, Larry. And Larry did me a solid. And I had this item shipped from Tallahassee, Florida, all the way to Iowa. And Larry did me a solid by shipping it back up to Canada for me. Okay, folks, it arrived safely, double box. Okay, folks, so, folks, the rule of thumb has always been between me and Gloria that should I ever get a hold or a handle on a prototype, and once I unveiled it, folks, I would leave the building, okay, folks? So today, the kid will, in fact, be leaving the building after I unveil this piece, folks, because once I unveil this piece, folks, there's basically nothing else to accomplish, folks. The kid has hit the crescendo. I'd probably wait another 30 or 40 years and don't have the time to do that, folks, to wait for another prototype. So I'm going to unveil this, folks. One take. We decided to do this video in one take, folks, because if we can't do it in one take, it doesn't count. Okay, folks? So without further ado, folks, the kid is about to unveil my best piece that I've acquired this entire year. Okay, folks? So without further ado, here we go, folks. All the way from Tallahassee, Florida, via Indianola, Iowa, folks, all the way up to the Great White North. Here we go, folks. Without further ado, the McCoy Pontiac Indian cookie jar, folks. Yes, the kid tracked it down. He found it in Tallahassee, Florida. That's it, folks.
Oh, wait, see, you already have one.
Listen, the kid's taking his...
It's a duplicate.
Listen.
What are you trying to pull on us?
Listen, the kid's taking his cigar, he's taking his bottle of wine, and he's leaving the building. What did you say?
I said, you already showed us that. This is the second time around. What are you doing?
I've actually showed you this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's prototype Indian. Non-production. Hello?
You actually think I would waste collectors' time to reveal an actual jar I've already revealed?
I don't know. See what it is.
Listen, Gloria, without further ado, folks, the kid is about to unveil what is the second
Oh my God.
McCoy Pontiac Indian prototype, folks.
Oh my
yes.
God. Okay, you win. Leave the building.
Folks, there's two. The kid's leaving the building, folks.
Yes, sir.
He's going to open up the bottle of wine.
Yes, sir.
He's going to drink it like water, folks.
Yes, sir.
The deck of hands goes through the roof, folks. I'm holding all the cards now.
Awesome.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Without further ado, cheers.
Great work, guy. Great work.